seeing in most of the world aging populations. We're seeing people living longer, which is a wonderful thing, and living healthier. But that's creating challenges for countries. We're seeing children needing early childhood services, making sure that they get the right start in life. So a lot of what government is doing is responding to these shifts in society, shifts in demography that are forcing them to rethink the way they do business, that rethink the way they deliver their services, and even rethink the way that they approach their services from a client-centric perspective.
In Australia, there are many challenges and opportunities in the human services sector, but the two biggest, I think, are the fiscal constraint that our governments are experiencing at the moment, and at a policy level, the personalisation agenda, moving to a much more individualised focus in the people that we service and the way that funding and governments interact with consumers.
Despite the dramatic 500% increase in foreign direct investment during the past decade, the African continent continues to be plagued by scarce financial resources for human services development.
If you look at Asia, it's got a very diverse population mix. So you have Japan, for example, which has a big aging issue, and you have Indonesia, which has a burgeoning working population coming up, which is going to exploit the demographic dividend. These present very interesting challenges.
There's huge amount of challenge in terms of making the basic human services available, particularly from the women and child development perspective. I think we have a huge challenge because that was one area which was never focused on.
The global human and social services practice is a key area for us because of all the change that's going on in that particular area.
There's so much commonality in the problems that governments are grappling with, in the social welfare issues that they're seeing. They vary, of course, very much from country to country, society to society, but there's also tremendous commonality and overlap.
We've got demographic changes happening with regard to aging, with regard to movement into urban centers from rural centers. All those changes create huge needs for our governments.
And so the greatest need that I hear from people is the need to learn from each other, to learn from their colleagues, to see what best practices exist around the world that they can take and incorporate in a way that makes sense and is functional within their own social construct.
Around the world, we're seeing clients increasingly interested in things like integrated service delivery, where they're looking to break down the traditional silos that have existed in the social services domain and take a more holistic view of the client.
When we saw that this was a key area of focus for us, the first thing we wanted to do was build a truly global and mobile expert group, which we call our Center of Excellence. We've done that. We've built that global Center of Excellence. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get more mobile. At the same time, we've also made a commitment around the world in our various country practices to build expertise in the same area.
In the UK, our clients are really interested in international best practice. They want to know how other governments and other public sector bodies have tackled similar challenges. And our Global Centre of Excellence can really help us by bringing that international experience to bear, something that our clients really value.
There are a number of transformation agendas going on across Canada. Having access to a global human and social service practice allows our clients to engage in the leading practices of today from other jurisdictions, as well as participate in a broader conversation about what the future vision of social service delivery is going to be.
Our local clients would potentially benefit from global human and social service practice by being exposed to international benchmarking and class-leading practices. Our global leaders are available to support the local practice and bring deep understanding of the sector.
I think our deep programmatic and regulatory compliance understanding combined with innovative thinking and technical know-how is really what differentiates KPMG from our competitors.
We approach the challenges that our clients face from their perspective. We're not bringing a standard set of solutions, trying to fit those to the problems that our clients have. We've got real insight into what our clients are doing, how they're thinking, how they're facing up to the challenges. And that mindset that we've got, looking at the world through the client's eyes, I think is our biggest competitive advantage.
One thing KPMG offers in the human services sector is practiced, experienced consultants. They have worked in the field, they have worked with government, they have been policymakers, and so they have hands-on experience and know what the sector's about.
With a global insight and a local knowledge, we can deliver solutions which cut through the problems of our clients.
So the combination of that Center of Excellence team and those national teams is a powerful force. And we're going to bring that to market on a combined basis to serve our clients.